the difference between MUGEN 1.0 and the 1.1 beta. And I don't think anybody ever elaborated on this topic. If you search on the internet, you will find a lot of people still prefer 1.0, maybe because they have a large collection of character or stages only run on 1.0 or even WinMugen. And 1.1 beta is maybe not very preferable because maybe some character crash or the user is not aware they forgot to install their full Intel GPU driver because the Windows 10 built-in driver is too perfect. So they are not aware their driver is not installed. So they have no OpenGL support. So they cannot run MUGEN 1.1. If they just click their mouse and install the driver, they can run. So first difference is the quality of picture or picture color numbers. In MUGEN 1.0 or WinMugen, they only support 8-bit color. But in MUGEN 1.1, with OpenGL support, they support 24-bit plus 8-bit translucent color. Okay. I will explain what does this mean. So I will use Photoshop for the demonstration. So this is a picture I downloaded. So this is a normal picture. A normal picture contains 3 primary colors. So what does this mean? So every pixel, go in, you will see this weird block, right? This is called a pixel. For example, this pixel, the reading of the color is red 30, green 35, and blue 0. Okay. If I change, so for example, I want this one be blue, the maximum value I can go is 255. A pixel contains 3 type of color, RGB. Then each one is a 8-bit value, 8, 0, and 1s. So the maximum value convert to decimal will be 0 to 255. MUGEN 1.0 only support a picture that only can have total 256 color. And this picture contain how many? I'm not sure, but the maximum is 16 million something. So in order to import this picture for MUGEN 1.0 to use, we need to convert into a index color picture. So an index color picture, only the maximum color is 256. Let's see after we convert what will happen. The picture will be look like this. Okay, so if you open, you will see a palette. So the palette maximum number of the color the palette can have is 256. And this is 0, this is 255, so total 256. And then you can have one for transparent. The benefit for this one is you can change the color on the palette, so the picture will be also changed. For example, I can change this color to become white. So the advantage for this kind of thing is you can have a sprite. So you can have player 1, maybe it's in red color. You change the palette, and for player 2, the same image can display as 2 colors picture. So you can have player 1 this color, player 2 that color. So that's the advantage to have a picture with palette. But the full color picture doesn't have a palette. So for MUGEN 1.1, not only support 24-bit full color picture, it also support a 8-bit alpha channel picture. Alpha channel means transparency or translucent. I want this part translucent. Okay? It's not totally transparent, but gradually become opaque. Not suddenly, gradually. And this kind of transparency take another 8-bit, and so totally is 32-bit color. I think some people may have question or argument says, no, Beterhans. Last time I saw some beautiful stage for Mugen 1.0. They definitely have more than 256 colors. So yes, it is correct, but it was using a hack. For example, every picture have these 3 primary color. So if we can split this picture into 3 pictures, one picture only counting red, one picture only counting gray, one picture only counting blue. So let's stack the red, green, and blue, and it will become a full color picture. So this is the hack Mugen 1.0 can use, but the cost is your FPS dropping, right? If you don't stack too many, it's okay, but you have too many layer of pictures, then your FPS will definitely dropping. So for example, I can click here and say split channels. So after I split channels, and this picture is all red. Maybe it's black or white, but it says it's red. So the bright part is more red, the black part is more black. Same for green. This is the more white, no, more green. The more white, the more blue. Turn it into index color. Then, so this is red, right? So I can, the first color is totally dark. The last color is totally red. And this is green. Turn it into index color. And the first one is dark black. The second one is full green. And here, turn into index color. First color is black, second color is full blue. Okay, so you have 3 pictures. One picture only red, one picture only green, one picture only blue. So if I just stack them together, okay, I stack them together, the blind mode should be screen. So this 2 color, and let's stack another layer. You see, this hack works. It contains, if I remove the blue, it will look like this. I remove the green, it will look like this. I remove the red, look like this. So this is the hack Mugen 1.0 can use. Split the full picture into 3 layers, then stack the 3 layers together, so you get full color picture. So the full color picture not just can make the background stage more beautiful, but also the character. So for example, we have 2 character Shiba Miyukis. So one is for Mugen 1.1 and another one is for Mugen 1.0. If you pay attention, the Mugen 1.0 one have opaque skirts, but her counterparts for Mugen 1.1 have translucent skirt. And for translucent special effects, you see on the left is pretty much all white. But on the right side, you can see the eyes very clearly. And let's take a look for another eyes special effect. You can see the eyes is translucent, and you can clearly see all the edges of the eyes. So this is a 24-bit full color picture plus 8-bit translucent channel. On the other side, let's check out what does it look like for a 8-bit special effect? Now I believe you fully understand the difference between the picture quality for MUGEN 1.0 and the MUGEN 1.1 beta. And the second major difference, of course, is zoom. And they have two different kinds of zooms. One is the stage zoom and the character zoom. And this feature is exclusive for MUGEN 1.1 and MUGEN 1.0, and the WinMUGEN doesn't have any kind of zooming. And what you are seeing is stage zoom. And it looks like you have a wide angle camera. And here is an example of character zoom. And this is also a character zoom. With the zoom feature, it not only provides you cinematic super experience, but also fixed a very unique challenge for MUGEN 1.0. So this is a 4:3 picture, and MUGEN 1.0 already start to support 16:9 ratio. So how they do it? So in order to change the ratio, you can stretch the picture by doing this, but the thing is, if here is a circle, it's not become a circle anymore. If you have a square, it's not a square anymore. So there's another way you don't need to stretch. Is by crop. Cutting the upper parts. This is what MUGEN 1.0 is doing. So let's cut the upper part and the whole picture becomes 16:9. But this is also stupid, because wider screen is supposed to give you more information to see, give you more information put on the screen. But in the end, it's less information. So that's the problem. There's another problem. By cropping the upper parts, so the character become bigger compared to the screen. So if the character just jump, it will move out of screen, or the screen have to go up to adapt. But if we revert it back, you see there's plenty of space for jumping. But if you cut the upper half, there's no space reserved for jumping. And that's the unique problem that MUGEN 1.0 facing. So the solution provided by MUGEN 1.0 is we cut the upper part of the stage. And we are going to edit each character individually. Individually make them smaller. Make them smaller. It's very troublesome. If you have 100 characters in your roster, then you will have to edit your character 100 times. So for MUGEN 1.1, with zoom, it solved the problem. So basically, what does it do? It cut the upper part, but the stage will tell everything to zoom out. The stage will tell everything to zoom out. And during the zoom out time, it pulls information nearby, so it won't be black out of this Photoshop. It actually will show more information. So the character will not be too big, and you see more things on the screen. And this is the zoom can provide a true wider screen stage. So I bet somebody may challenge me, says, "Hey Beterhans, I remember this reel by GM can also zoom without 1.1 support." And yes, this is a very good, excellent, awesome reel by MUGEN, but this is a hack. This is not zooming. And let me show you what actually is happening. So basically, the author used a background mask to mask out the background, so you won't see the background, and make the character itself bigger and make the target bigger. So when there's a third party, using this technique won't be a good idea. If you force it, and here is the comparison for real zoom. (3D rotation for image and the sprites). If you subscribed to my channel before, you may saw this video once. Maybe you will ask, what can you do with those 3D effects? It's cool, or it's obviously it's a little bit exaggerated, but what's the actual practical usage? And now here is some example. Okay, this is real. Originally it's made by Pots and modified by me. For this real, he have his box. Okay, so what do you want to do with this his box? So you want to display this kind of picture or animation when you hit the enemy, but you don't want to always display at the same angle. For example, this angle, you want to display it on other angle. So in older Mugen or Wing Mugen or Mugen 1.0, you cannot rotate this thing. So in order to have multiple angle, you have to have many pictures and showing multiple angles. You see, this is how you do this in the old days. Mugen 1.1, you can rotate this thing very easily. That means you just need one set of hitbox is enough. Then here is a good example from my saber. So this is part of a hitbox. So for this one, I only have one picture, not multiple angle of the same picture. So I can stretch it this way or stretch it this way or rotate by using the code. The same for other parts of the hitbox. So this image only have a vertical line. There's no horizontal one or diagonal one. No, only have one picture. I can say rotate 90 degrees, something like that. Same for this one and same for this one. And here, pay attention to the hitbox. You see, I only have one set of pictures, then I can rotate, twist, and stretch to form different sparks from different angles. And here is another example. Pay attention to player 2, the green character's feet. And you see, the magic plate or disc is rotating. Behind the scene, I only have this one single picture, but I can use Mugen 1.1 engine to rotate this picture in 3D, and we have that amazing effect. But if you want the same effect for a MUGEN 1.0 or older MUGEN character, you will have to have multiple pictures to cover all the angles. Another example is Saber's slash. So the blue Saber is a MUGEN 1.1 character, and she only has one settle animation for all the sword slash effect. And she just needs to do 3D rotation for the slash effect to cover all the angles. On the right hand, the MUGEN 1.0 Saber. For every slash, she needs a slash effect. So for this MUGEN 1.1 Saber, she only has this slash effect. It's just rotated in 3D to cover all the poses. There's no other slash effect. And if she needed, you can change power lead. For this 1.0 Saber, she needs a slash effect for every attack pose. So we can save a lot of image spaces by using 3D rotation. And the transition and the rotation FPS will be more smoother than individual animation. And with all the features, you can form complex special effects.